The numbers are in for the first week of May. Here is your market update. How are we doing? What's the national average both for the van, reefer, and flatbed division? And what should we look forward to over the next couple of weeks? So in this video, let's talk about it. Well, if you take January, and if you take February, and if you take March, and if you take April, all of those months are better than the first week of May. Hello, my fellow fleet owners. Ronen here from ET Transport. Just a quick heads up. Mark your calendars because on May 15th to the 17th, I will be in Chicago as I am attending and speaking at the Logistics Leadership Conference. If you're in the area, I would love to connect with other small fleet owners to discuss the industry. Feel free to reach out to sponsorship at ettransport.ca if you're interested in attending a meet and greet with me. Hopefully I'll see you there. So first we'll talk about the flatbed division, then we'll talk about the reefer division, and we'll save for last the van division. All right, so let's talk about the flatbed division first. So at national average right now for the first week of May, we are sitting at $2.52 per mile. So you can see here in the month of February, the national average per mile was $2.49 per mile. In March, it was $2.51 per mile. In April, it was $2.53 per mile. And in May, it was $2.52 per mile for the first week of May. So the rates have gone down very, very slightly, 1 cent per mile in the flatbed division. Now, what do we do here? We have ROLL-TITEs, Conestogas. In the US, they call them Conestogas. Here in Canada, we refer to them as ROLL-TITEs, but Conestogas for flatbeds. That's what we use over here to maximize our rate per mile, okay? So to maximize here, we have our Conestogas. I always get questions on where we get our Conestogas, so we use a company called Verduyn. Verduyn Tarps is who we use. They have 4 locations. Gary, Indiana, we have one in Detroit, Michigan, another location in Woodstock, Ontario, and a 4th location in Hamilton, Ontario. So we love the fact that they have presence both in Canada and in the US. Actually, last week, one of our Conestogas got nicked. Here are the pictures of that Conestoga, and we were lucky to be in Chicago, which is only 30 miles away from Gary, Indiana. We were able to be up and running literally within a couple of days. So they are amazing, efficient, and their customer service is awesome. We've been using them here for over 10 years now. All right, let's get into the reefer division, okay? So you can see here that in the reefer division, the market update for that in February, $2.42 per mile. In March, $2.36 per mile. In April, $2.33, and then we have in May, $2.34. Now, usually between April and May, you usually see a bigger uptick because the produce season is out, everybody's fighting for reefers, things are going well. Now, if we compare these rates to this time last year, we are currently 3.5% less than where we were this time last year. So the numbers last year were actually a little bit better than this year. That's in the reefer division. Everybody was looking for the produce season to really uptick and help the market, but none of that has happened. Now in the van division, okay, why are all these bankruptcies happening? This is exactly why. All right, let's talk about a few companies. Now you will get a crystal clear indication of why so many companies are going bankrupt before I get into the van division. Why? Pride Group, okay, in Canada, about 20,000 trucks. Now they also had the US division Arnold Transportation, also gone out of business. True North in Canada, also out of business. Tony's Express in California, also out of business. Nationwide Cargo, also out of business. Now there are more and more closures happening, and I've done a ton of videos. I can't keep up with videos on how fast companies are closing. Now, why are they closing down? This is why. I want you to look at the stats for February, March, and April, okay? People cannot survive. Overhead is greater than the national average. So you can see here in February, $2.06 per mile. In March, 2.01 cents per mile. In April, where we thought it could not get worse, $1.99 per mile. And here we are the first week of May. The stats are showing $1.98 per mile. Now I want you to know that once you start factoring in deadhead miles from pickup to delivery, these numbers significantly drop. Now, if you're billing $1.98 even per mile, once you take all the costs associated with running a trucking company, there are a lot of companies that are running at a loss. And basically the name of the game is how deep are your pockets, okay? The deeper your pockets are, the longer you're going to survive. But if your pockets are not deep, if you went nuts on purchasing equipment, if you went nuts on, expanding your fleet size from one year to the next, those are the companies that are falling down one by one right now. Okay, there's steady state growth, a trucking company that wants to grow from 50 trucks to 55 trucks, but there are some companies that grew from 100 trucks to literally 300 trucks over the course of 2 or 3 years. I believe that those are the companies that are really struggling right now. Too much growth too fast is not good, and that's why we're seeing all these closures. We're all waiting for these freight rates to go up a little bit so it can give some breathing room for the trucking companies out there. Now stay with me and on this channel as I give you up-to-date information on what's happening in our industry. Hopefully you learned something from this video. If you have any questions, put them down below. If you know of any other companies that are struggling and are about to go out of business, you need to make more noise and warn the drivers that are there. So put the comments down below. This channel is meant for uniting North American truck drivers. Now, if you want to help with our channel, that we do have right now the channel membership, that if you'd like to have sessions with me, if you would like me to mentor you, you can join our channel into the mentorship program and you'd be invited to sessions with me. So you can click join down below for more information on that, and there's a whole video explaining our different tiers of our membership program. I'm Ronen, R-O-N-E-N, and I'll catch you in my next video.